So at the end of December, when I did my reading wrap up, I had said that I don't know if I was going to continue or not, but I think I am. But I think what I'm gonna do is, for now, I'm gonna do TBRs and reading wrap ups and go from there. So I'm being lazy. I have already read, spoilers for my reading wrap up. I have already read 4 or 5 books. I will put them somewhere. So I've read Here With Me, For the Fans, The Beautiful, The Damned. The Beautiful and the Damned are by Renee Ahdieh. Here With Me is Brooke Montgomery. For the Fans is Nala Kay. I've read Layla by Colleen Hoover. Everything was on my TBR, but The Damned. I had added that because by the time I got done with book 1, I was ready to go into book 2. Let's see. The Wedding Date by Jasmine Gilroy. This is on my TBR. I've already started it. I started it last night. This is a 6-book series, but from what I'm understanding and what I'm reading, you can read them. Like, say you don't like this one, you can go to book 2 and you won't lose anything. I think they're interconnected standalones, at least. That's my understanding. So I figured if I didn't like this one, I would try book 2. If I didn't like book 2, I would try book 3, and if I didn't like it, I would just stop. But that's not the case. I do like this. Other books on my TBR are Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. This is the author of The Cat and Mouse Duet. I don't really know anything about this. I know Larissa from Larry Reads. She either had it on her TBR or read it or something. And it was funny because, where is it at? Oh, here it is. To Baby Shark, Step Aside. Daddy Shark is here now. When she was talking about that was just so funny. But I have the book now. Not sure what it's about. I like going into my books not knowing anything. Therefore, when I give you my TBR, I can't tell you anything about it. This Coven Won't Break. This is book 2 in the Witches Don't Burn duology. This is on my TBR, but at this point, I'm indecisive on whether I was going to read it or not. You saw my reading wrap up. Book 1, it was okay, but it wasn't the best. I think I gave it under 3 stars if I remember correctly. So I have it on my TBR. I have book 2 on my TBR for right now, but not sure if I'm going to read it. And to be honest with you, I probably won't, but I'll let you know my reading wrap up. Okay. And for the record, let me go ahead and say this, and this is probably why my reading wrap-ups are so chaotic. I read things, and then it's like I have reading amnesia. And I'm taking a note from Steph 4, because she had mentioned that I'm watching one of her videos now. I have it on pause or whatever, and she mentioned that. And I'm like, you know what? That makes perfect sense, because a couple of things. One, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, because what I may think isn't a spoiler, you may think is a spoiler. Anyway, moving on. I've seen several people talk about this one. This is A Little Life by, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for butchering this name, Hanya Yanagihara. I butchered that, I know I did. Only thing I know about this is it's supposed to be extremely emotional. And I'm here for that. I want books that tear me up, apparently. Frida McFadden, The Perfect Son. Here's my thing about her. I have a few more books on my physical TBR that I'm going to read. However, I don't think, and do not come for me, I don't think Frida McFadden is for me. I did like The Housemaid. The Housemaid's Secret was okay. There's a book 3 coming out. Do not think I will get it. Word D. That came out last year, if I remember correctly. Word D made me anxious. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel or not, but I have severe anxiety. I do not need anything making me anxious. And I really don't want my books to make me anxious, because I read because I like it. Let's be real. I love to read. I read because I love it. And I want the emotions. I want to be sad. I want to be happy. I want to be angry. I want to like yell at my book. Okay, yes, I do that. If you're watching this and you do that too, let me know in the comments so I don't feel alone. But the one thing I don't want is I don't want my anxiety going through the roof because a thriller made me anxious. Now, don't get me wrong, I like certain thrillers, but I don't need them to make me anxious. Now, again, well, not again, but something I don't think I've ever said. Um, things I read dark romance, for example, and I don't bother with trigger warnings because nothing triggers me. However, when if you've read Word D, you know what I'm talking about. There's just things within that book that it's one thing to be excited and anticipate what's going to happen next and to be here for it, but it's another for it to just make you feel anxious. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but it makes sense up here in my little brain. But anyway, I am going to read the few I have left from her and go from there. So, The Perfect Son. Okay, a duology by Emma Scott. We've got Full Tilt and All In. I've heard a few things about this. Couldn't tell you what it was because I forgot. Um, I just know this is supposed, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be sad or something like that. And yeah, that's all. That's all I know. Raleigh Sager. This is Home Before Dark. These are thrillers as well. I liked. Can't remember what book it was. Was it? No, The Paris Apartment is by Lucy Foley. What was the? Give me a second. Lock Every Door. That's what it was. I've read Lock Every Door, and that was okay. So I decided to read this one. If I like this one, there's what was that book called? The House Across the Lake. I want to read that. And then Five Total Strangers and Natalie D. Richards. I bought this a couple years ago. I am terrible about it. At one point in life, I got a whole bunch of books, and I'm still getting books, obviously, but I'm trying to be better about it because I have so many books that are on my shelves that have been on my shelves for several years, and I'm trying to get to those. Like, I have all my standalones, like, over here in the corner, but you can't see them. I'm also trying to be better about buying series. Like, I have several books from several series that I have more than the first one, and I want to be better about that. I want to get the first one. If I like it, then I can get the rest. But I'm impatient. I want to get all of them. That way I know I have them. But anyway, this is my TBR for January. And at this point in time, I'm going to just do TBRs and reading wrap-ups. I thought about bringing makeup videos back, but I don't want to put too much on my plate at one time. I'm doing YouTube videos as a hobby, and I thought about, like I said, not doing this, but I like it, you know? So I'm going to continue, but for now, it's going to be TBRs and wrap-ups. And again, like I said, I thought about putting makeup back, but I don't think I'll do that. I'll just do TBRs and wrap-ups, and if there's anything else I decide to do, I might do. I know originally I was going to do all the books I've read in 2023, because if you go through my channel videos, you'll see that I did that for 2019, 20, 2022, but I did those years later. Well, except for 22, I did, I did all that in 23. But last month I had decided I was pretty much decided that I wasn't going to do this anymore. So I put all my 2023 books up, unhauled a few, and now I'm looking at like, should I pull them all out? But I'm lazy. I won't lie. I do not want to go back through all my books on my shelves and everywhere and just have a total mess because I got books everywhere. So what I might do, if I still decide to do that, what I might do, and hopefully y'all don't mind, is just go through Goodreads and read off the books. There might not be any pictures on screen or anything, but I can just read off the books, tell you what I've read, tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. And don't ask me what I DNF, because last year and last couple of years, the DNFs are all in one little thing. For this year, my DNFs are in, it's labeled as 2024 DNFs. But anyway, TBR for January. Have a great day.